Hey guys, welcome back to the Phantoms Fanatic YouTube channel. My last review was Jingle All the Way, which came out a while ago, like a month ago. But I plan on trying to make a review each week. I know I need to be more consistent, and I'm gonna try to be, I promise. Anyways, for me, coming back from a Christmas special, I decided to review Inglorious Bastards, released in 2009, directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt, Christoph Waltz, Michael Fassbender in a smaller part, and a bunch of other people. Sorry if I don't know them off the top of my head. I watched this movie like 2 weeks ago, but it's still fresh in my mind. Anyways, the plot of this movie is, like most Quentin Tarantino movies, he doesn't care what the plot is half the time, but the plot is, it's set in World War II, when the Nazis occupy France, and you follow multiple standpoints, just like a Quentin Tarantino film you follow. But if you were to separate it into two separate following points, you would follow a Jewish girl who had her family slaughtered by the villain, played expertly by Christoph Waltz. And then you have a group of American army men led by Brad Pitt in an amazing performance. He is so goddamn fucking funny in this film. This is honestly one of my favorite performances of him. But they're just trying to stop the Nazis from, continuing, and they come up with a plan called Operation Kino, where they're going to try to get all the Nazis inside of a theater and then blow it up. And Brad Pitt's group is called the Inglorious Bastards. One of my favorite parts of this movie is just the actors, because you have these actors who can make these intense scenes where characters are hidden, are undercover, and if they get found out, you realize, oh, they're gonna get fucking killed. And you just have these tense scenes where Tarantino knows how to set it up so well. There's so many times in this film where you're so nervous, and you think like a little callback, like the Jewish girl who gets her family members slaughtered, she then like hides out in France, and Christoph Waltz is there talking to her, and he was the guy who killed her family, but he doesn't recognize her, and he says, "For the lady get milk," and it was a dairy farm she was killed on, so you might think that it's her or not. Excellent setup. Also, in another scene later in the film, you have just this tiny thing that can give a double-crossing agent away, and you forget that it happened after this intense scene, and then the shootout that happens in this bar. Then Christoph Waltz finds an item that gives away the hidden spy, and it's so expertly done, I'd say. I also forgot to mention Eli Roth is in this movie, torture porn expert Eli Roth, but he's actually a pretty decent actor. He plays Lonnie, or they call the Bear Jew, because that is probably my favorite scene in this movie, where you just have this epic scene of just hearing the bat clink against a wall, and then he beats a Nazi with a fucking baseball bat, and it's just so hilarious. And then like you have this intimidating thing, because Eli Roth, he's muscular, they portray him as like intimidating looking, and when he starts beating him, he's like, has like a high-pitched Brooklyn accent, it sounds like, and it's it's fucking hilarious that they set this up. Now let me talk about Brad Pitt in this film. He plays Aldo Rain, who's like a Southern Army general, Army commander, I think, yeah, Army commander, and he just is so hilarious. I was just like, that's fighting in the basement. I don't like fighting in a basement. This isn't a Mexican standoff. Yeah, it is a Mexican standoff, because if I come down there and you shoot me with a gun, they have grenades, they're gonna throw down grenades down here and kill you. Like, it is so goddamn hilarious. And that leads to when he's undercover later in the film and he's supposed to be Italian, as he pronounces it. And he's like, I'm going to speak the most Italian. I speak the most Italian, so I'll be first. Lonnie, you speak second most Italian, and you're going to speak third Italian. I don't speak any Italian. That's why you're third. And then when they're at the theater trying to pull off this elaborate scheme, he's like, Buongiorno. Like, he doesn't even take away his southern accent. He's just Buongiorno, and that is just the most hilarious thing to me. And like most Tarantino movies, it's over the top and gory, which I love in the final scene, because you just have Nazis getting shot the fuck up in a theater, and it's just hilarious. And then there's a great part which the character played by Eli Roth is just unloading an MP40 into Hitler, and his head is just exploding. It is just so fucking funny that I couldn't help laugh. And then there's also really good payoffs for the Jewish girl who had her family slaughtered. At the end, you'll figure out what it is, and it's such an amazing revenge kill, because she owns the theater that the Inglorious Bastards are trying to do Operation Kino in, but then she realized what they can do with that, and she devises a plan, because she's able to get in contact with a very well-known Nazi soldier who had a film made about him, and he wants to, just try to fuck her, and he gets her, he's able to convince the Nazis to let them move the premiere to her theater, so that sets up a good payoff at the end. You also have Christoph Waltz in this film. He plays an amazing villain, because, like, he plays it very smart. He is a very smart character, because he's like, to find a Jew, I must think like a Jew. You must think, where would you hide them? Would I check your upstairs or downstairs? And he's so smart to also start speaking English, because he knows that if he's hiding Jews in here, that they may only speak French. And that's so insanely smart of him. And it's just, he also double crosses the Reich at the end, and you're just like, you little bitch, you only cared about your own self wellness, which is a thing that happens. But to be honest, I really enjoy this movie. One of my favorite Quentin Tarantino films. I would definitely recommend this. If you guys can take gore and understand Tarantino's style, you'll enjoy this one very well. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you later.